Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. And I'm here with another quick crypto update. And I actually been looking at this charts for the last couple hours, looking at what's happening, what might be happening, and what are the outcome. And as I actually look back and I looked at the whole growth, looked at the left side, I still stick to the same story that I had a couple days ago. If you guys do not know that story, go back, find a video called "This is not a head nor a double head," and I'll pretty much explain the whole thing. Now, second question is, a lot of you guys are day traders or considered to be as a day trader trying to find where something going to move in the next couple hours. But the real truth and the fact is, a lot of you guys would love or considering you, but truly is actually you guys are kind of in between the day trader and the swing trader. Now, I'll talk to those that are swing traders. You're looking for the 10% run, 15, 20, 30% run. But but if you look at right here, at this run right here, at this drop right here, the last one we had, and I'm going to actually, talk a little bit of truth. We had a drop about 9%. So if you're looking to make a 10% but cannot set out a 9% to gain another run up, you know, if you cannot do it in a swing, how can you do it in a day trade? That means, you'll be jumping in, jumping out of every single trade until your bank account runs to zero. Unless you know something that nobody else doesn't. So far, we came down as about 4.4% down, and we're already panicking. Oh, it's reversing, it's coming down. Look at this right here. If you consider this to be a shoulder, then yeah, this is a head. We're coming down and we're crashing. Forgot that guy's name in the group. Steve. As we had a video about a week ago with Steve, and then the 9th is actually we're gonna reach the 29,000, or was it actually 20,000, 20 cents on XRP, something like that. So if that outcome is true, then yeah, we are crashing, and you should be bailing the ship as fast as you can because we are on our way down. Now, if I am right, and this is not a shoulder right here. If this is a shoulder, then where's the head? The head's supposed to be bigger. We need to bring it up at least to 52,000, maybe 54,000. But what if I am right? In the worst case scenario, we will be building a double head. That means we need to come out at least to 58,000, if not higher, to build a double head so we can call this the whole thing as a head and shoulder. So let me try it out one more time. So if this is a double head, then we're going to have something like this. then this is actually would look more like, real head and shoulder. But that's if. Now let's look scenario number two. Oops, have to change tools. Now let's look at scenario two. Actually, this is not going to be even enough to draw out scenario two. And just coming out where we will hit the bottom around, the New Year's. Scenario two option. And we should even probably do this. Go back. Just to drop this lower. Scenario two. Okay, let's say somewhere right here. We turn around. That's scenario two. But then what everybody's want to do is cover up. That means instead of us having a hip, what they're going to do is just bring it down. So still falls for the New Year's surprise. Okay, let's look at scenario three. So this would be actually our left shoulder, and that actually we come up with a head, build a head, and then they crush it all together. What if we have a scenario three? Again, no, that's not. And that goes to about 200,000. And then from there, they do a complete drop. Everything lines up with stock market, with commodities market, with all markets out there. We pump up, we create a small shoulder, we pump. So turns out to be a hip. We come up, create a small shoulder, push our head up, and then they cut us, and they drop us like there's no tomorrow. And when I'm talking about drop, all that drop will last maybe 2, 3, 4 days. See, I see a more possible. Seeing this possibility is still seeable. Is it reable? Maybe. But that means we are coming up to 58,000 at least. So when we get to 58, I will start actually being careful, but I'll still stay in trade. And if we can start seeing serious drops, get out. But what if that actually goes down to about 100, 120,000, like I was always talking about? The next stop would be between 100, 120,000. What if they do that and then they cut us? Or at around 120,000, they turn that into a small shoulder and continue pumping us. So now let's actually, and I'm actually probably going to leave that for now. Let's look at today. Yesterday we had a little pushback. We had 2 days of growth, 2 days of growth, a little pushback. If they're gonna try to push us back for a couple of days, that means this week we're going to have a bad week before we have another nice beautiful pump up. And I'm suspecting, like I said, we need to finish off the August probably around 58,000 or so. So let's go to 4 hours, not 4 hours, 1 hour. See, they pushed us, but doesn't look like they're continuing pushing us any further than what they pushed us. Right now, we got a reversal candle that's built. Of course, we have still 24 minutes to complete that for this candle to complete. But if this candle completes with that tail down, And also another thing what they can do, they can actually bring that candle all the way up. And so honestly, what I just did is actually just right before getting on this video, I actually went in and I bought myself ADA, because ADA right now is quite low as well. So somewhere in this area right there, I bought ADA. So they recovered most of this candle, and I'm suspecting, ADA probably gonna start reversing, going up. Even if they calm down and they bring us down to here, eventually still we're reversing, going up. I just don't see us, as I showed you guys on a daily chart. I just don't see us. They'll consider that and actually drop us from here down. It's just not realistic. Not in this situation. I don't see their head. I don't see their shoulder. I don't see none of it. It just looks, just looks like, a kid, which is this. Just look, but that's interpret that into a chart. We're having this. We're having this. What exactly is this? Unless it's a angled M. Let's actually look at it one more time. Let me delete this. Let me look at one more time. Go back to Bitcoin. Go back to daily. Because end of the day, it all ends up being M's or W's. So can this be an M? See, an M, yes, but then where is it taking us? Is it taking us past zero? That means Bitcoin is completely crashing? Because if this is an M and we taking it from here, that means this peak is lower than the last peak. That means where is the bottom of the M? Because I see it. If we're taking it from here, the bottom of the M is at zero. Is that the end of the crypto world? Or end of the Bitcoin? So if we believe this is a turning to be an M, then it's end of Bitcoin. Because we cannot have an M that's starting from here, have a center lower than halfway from where it started. That means that we need to have, a run. 8,000? No, it has to go further. Which is further is zero. So unless somebody has another view or interpretation and would like to actually share with me, you guys can grab any chart, even your trading platform chart. You should have a couple tools on the left. Draw out your opinion, what you believe, because I do not see that they took us to 50,000 and they're going to drop us. Now, you guys remember, a couple of videos ago, I said I'm just surprised how easy it is we broke through 50,000. But did we really broke through 50,000? We just got above there, but then it pushed us back. See, 50,000 is not easy to break. It's a center number between 0 and 100. It's a middle. So we got ourselves slightly above that middle, and the middle said, no, you guys are not ready yet. Where's the volume? So it set them right back and said, hey, come back with volume. See, it's like going to the war. You came to the city, you punched through small section of the wall, and everybody from the city actually met you at the broken hall and sent you back home and said, "Hey, you want to come back? Come back with more weapons, with more, you know, something that you can actually take the city." They sent you back home. Sending 50,000. Sent us back home. Said, "Hey, you want to come back? You want to break into this? Come back with more." So all it is right now, we need to come back with more. See, end of the day, 50,000 is takeable, and I am sure we're takeable, and I am sure we're going there. There, it's just over the weekend, market makers, most of them were with their families enjoying the weekend. Now they're back at the table in front of their monitors, in front of their fancy keyboards and mouses, their beautiful fancy stations. And right now they also went to the table and they're making decisions how they're going to break through 50,000 and how they're going to convince us to put a lot of money in. So end of the day, they break us through, but we run and they cash out. Because see, if they're going to put money in right now and start buying longs, that means when we get to 55, 56, they're going to start selling their longs. And to sell their longs, we have to buy their longs. So they're going to bring more buyers in so the buyers can start selling. So the momentum they're going to create breaking through 50, that momentum has to be strong enough to bring more people into crypto, to Bitcoin, so they can actually sell their loans. So that's why they're shorting, selling off their loans they bought before, freeing up money, and that's what we actually see right now on the screen. So we're taking a dip. They're freeing up money from the past because they're realizing break 1,000 is not enough. So we can have breakthrough, convince us. So right now we're above 50, and it's a happy days. We're running to the moon. Everybody, all the mooners out there on YouTube, start screaming, "We're going to the moon!" Bring all the crowd back into crypto. That's where you're gonna cash. That's when they're going to cash out. Using our us buyers, they're gonna cash out, and then we're gonna actually run, and then we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna get to about 58,000, which I believe then we're going to have some kind of a bounce, and that's when market makers gonna start stepping in again. See, market makers very rarely get in and run with us to the top. Market makers are usually involved in these bounces. That's when they cashing in or cashing, getting in or cashing out. So I personally don't see us market makers taking us down. So all we have to do is just have a little patience, let this play out. As I see this playing out, I personally don't think it's bad. Come on, I always forget. I have to change the tools. Yeah, all we have to have is just have a little patience. Let this play out. It will reverse, and we'll be good. You guys think I'm in a great position? Hey, in the 2 days, I seen again finally negative number on my total balance. But I added in the last 2 days, I added Ada and I added Alice. So as we are bouncing, I'm trying to build up my portfolio. I am a little bit over, and I'm going to actually show you guys. I am over my total balance, so I actually start right now borrowing money a little bit. So 13% I borrowed, but I am continuing to build because I know we're going up. So I am taking advantage, and I'm probably going to, as this thing starts playing out, I'm probably going to, at this point, probably borrow 1%. So pretty much I'm going to double my 5,000 into probably $10,000 worth of trades because I know we're going up. And I'm going to take advantage of that because there is nowhere else. Hey, let's put it this way. Even if they take us down, all the way down to here, they still have to come back and push us up. Okay, if they take us down here with my little bit over $5,000 purchase, about $600 worth of purchases, okay, I'm gonna look at about $600 of loss in the reverse. And at that point, it's going to reverse. I'll tip in more, and I'll continue going up. That's the way I see it, and that's the sorry, pulling the running, and that's why I am taking advantage of a future option because future option allows me to take advantage of the dips as long as it's a dip, and I don't see this being a dump to the bottom. I'm just seeing another dip, another bump on the road to higher prices in crypto. So now, if I'm wrong, then I guess on the first I'm a dead man because I told you guys if I'm wrong, come down and shoot me. So I guess I'll be the dead man speaking on YouTube. But I don't think I'm wrong, and we have 7 days to go. So guys, be blessed. This for some reason very rarely I turn out to be making the short videos. Always turn out to be around half hour. But you guys, is your guys' money November 1? But also as mentioned about a week ago, we were talking about your inner you. Ask yourself, ask your inner you, what does he believe? What's happening? What is the real truth? And not just about crypto, but about the whole crash that's coming. Where's the real truth about cover up? Ask yourself. You're seeing that there's something wrong with what they're forcing us to do. So yeah, that might be, you know, that might be the weakness that we're seeing. And if that's the weakness, then I am wrong. We might not see 58,000. But I still, for some reason, still believe we're going to push to 58,000, and then there we'll have some kind of a somewhere in that area we'll have some kind of a bound, and there's a good possibility we'll break through it and go further up. So be blessed, be wise. Hey, Michael, welcome. Michael or Michelle, I apologize. These two names, I do not know how to read them accurately, so forgive me for that. Uh, See you guys soon. Take care.